Hey everyone, welcome to my Florida butterfly garden. I've got some things to report in, some updates to share, and projects I'm working on. First, let's chat about monarch butterflies. It's been a minute since I've raised any monarch caterpillars in the lepidarium. I haven't released monarch butterflies in weeks, and there's still lots of monarch butterflies in my garden, which tells me that my garden is self-sustaining. I see lots of caterpillars in my garden, and I know it's working, and it's kind of been fun because when I was always raising butterflies, I never really knew if they were here because I was raising them or if my garden could sustain them on its own and produce enough on its own naturally without me giving a little helping hand. And as you saw, if you saw my community post, I finally had a female Eastern Black Swallowtail, and she even flew in to the Maypop mansion and was laying some eggs in here. So I took 2 plants in. I only found 3 eggs on the plants I took in, and they're in the lepidarium, but I'm gonna look through here and see if I can find any more. I've got a little bit of work to do in this flower garden. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, the day before. My 2 little rascals, my little French bulldogs, Ray and Ringo, they were doing one of their let's wrestle and roll around playtime things, and they were in my garden. See right in there, it's all flattened out. So I was like, guys, get out of there. I got them out, but they just kind of mushed everything down. And now all around is pretty. And then there's this kind of emptiness in the middle. So I'm going to have to come up with something, which I think I already have. I have some random pots of zinnias like that one, and I think I'll just set them down in there. They also keep knocking over this poor potted Rudbeckia hirta. So I have a quick fix for that because I happen to have one more of those stones. I'm just going to put right there and get that little one stood up again. Let me go do those 2 things and we'll see how it makes a difference. You guys, look what I just found. In this garden that I'm working on, there's a monarch hanging down there, and I swear, I bet it just declosed. I bet, let me get in closer. There, look how gorgeous. I bet its chrysalis is in here in this pentas somewhere, and it eclosed here. I was just talking about how I think my garden is, doing it on its own without me raising them. And here we have this beauty right here. How exciting is that? Look how gorgeous. It's a male. Hello, handsome. I could not have asked for better timing for that. I could not have asked for better. I love it. All right, I added the other stone. It's that one right there. So we should stay upright now. I moved the pot in, and you can see how those zinnias are just popping up there. I love it. I have another pot up by the Florida room I think we're going to bring down for that other empty area. And look at that monarch is still hanging there. Is that not incredible? I'm so, like, y'all, hang on. I am thrilled at seeing this. I cannot tell you how happy this makes me. Look how beautiful. Okay, now we're talking. See the round plastic pot? How many of those did I take out of here earlier? But now, like, you can't hardly see it. That was over in my work area, and it was full of zinnias, and there's a wild petunia in there. And a lot of those zinnias are about to bloom. So that's gonna make this even more incredible. Y'all, I'm telling you, cram a bunch of zinnias in pots and just let them grow somewhere. And then you can just stick those in your garden all over wherever they're needed. It's so fun. They're so beautiful and you won't regret it. You will be so glad you did it, but you've got to get those zinnia seeds started in succession so you always have some more coming behind. Like, see right here, I have all of these, and I know they need to get out of there, but they'll be okay. I'll move them out, I'll move them into a big pot, and soon they'll start looking like this pot here, which I actually can add a few more. And this pot I just did. And do you see how I left a space in the center there? I'm going to show you why I did that in just a minute. I've got this pot going here and the pot of many mini cups right here. And look, they are filling in nicely and they seem so happy. Straighten you up. Where are you going? Why are you leaning over? You need to go over there. There we go. Because they're leaning towards the sun. I need to turn this thing around. There we go. So that they'll go back the other way. And the little cups that I put in pots, one of them disappeared. I think my dogs took off with it because it was a zinnia and they absolutely love the zinnia leaves. But the one I put in the Rudbeckia hirta, the Mexican sunflower, growing just fine. I haven't tugged on it to see if the roots have grown down through yet because I just don't want to take a chance of messing with it, so I've left it alone. Same with this one down here. Look how gross that looks in there, right? And it needs a drink, I know. But that's why it's hidden back here in the stadium seating, because up top, all you see is this. Look how beautiful that is. So, you know, just work on hiding things. And look at this zinnia. Oh my goodness, I love it. And look at these berry ones. They're putting on a show up front here. Look how beautiful. I love their little flowers. I've gotten a lot of photographs of butterflies on this. They do love it. But back to over here, I still feel like, man, they really mushed down. There's a hole right there. So maybe I'll go grab one of those other pots that I just showed you. They're not quite ready yet, but it won't hurt. It'll be at least more green. Let me go stick one in there. And look, our butterfly's still there. I think I'll grab this pot and put it in there, but I'm gonna take some of those seedlings that I just showed you and just fill in a few back along here. But we're gonna pause a minute to say hi to this cute little guy. Munching on my Asclepias incarnata that's here at my work table. Okay, I've got this one nicely filled in. You can see some smaller plants in there that'll grow up. So let's go put this in that garden space. All right, it's in there. You can still see a good deal of the pot, which I don't love, but I'm hoping when things grow up around there, I won't notice it. I just don't like it being in the background of my pictures, so I'll just have to be thoughtful. I don't know, you do kind of see it every angle you go. I might move it. I might move it. But you know what else I think? I think I'm gonna pot up a bunch of those zinnia seedlings in some shorter pots that I can stick in here, and they won't stick out as much as that one does. Okay, I moved it right there. You can still see some of the pot, but not like what you could over there in the big hole. And I am gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure this out. There's gotta be something in my garden that's just gonna fit in there perfectly and fill it all up. You guys, I think I have it. It's sitting right in front of me. Look at that pot. Look at the top of it. It's almost the exact circumference of the big hole. And I love having clay pots in my garden. I don't mind seeing those. It's the plastic I don't want to see. So then after I move that in, look what's right across here. Another pot of Rudbeckia hirta in a prettier pot. Well, no, I do love the mossy look on that pot. But I can put this pot there, that there, and then where that pot is, see how I put some parsley out here, you know, because we got to get some of these plants out to get the eggs and get those eastern black swallowtails coming. Well, I have some more parsley in pretty plates in the Maypop mansion, and I can put some right there where that is. Let's go do that. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, that pot there, that's good. And look at there. That was it right there. That big round pot of Rudbeckia hirta. Pulling some yellow into the center. We got all the yellow out here on the outer edge. But look at all this. You want to run through it? Isn't that fun? But I don't like this. Nope. I missed my pot of flowers, so I had moved this pot with the wild lime with the Rudbeckia in it back there to block the spot in that fence. But the Rudbeckia is not super happy because it gets a good bout of sunlight there. And even though it blocks that fence, it's so pretty. I'd rather have it more out where we're gonna see it, because when we're in our garden chairs, we face this way. So I wonder if that big pot will fit right there where that white plate with the parsley is. You guys, not only did it fit there, I absolutely love it. Y'all, when you have things in pots, just keep moving them around and moving them around until they get somewhere where you're like, oh, that's it. Don't be afraid to move things around. That's what makes gardening so much fun. I mean, my backyard is not going to get any bigger, but I can always find new things to do and create and spaces to redesign in my garden when I just sit and look and live with it for a little bit. I love it. Wait till you see it. Okay, you ready for this view? Look at that pot with those Rudbeckia all around it. My little wild lime, and is right in front of the tree. Look at how beautiful that is there. Far better than over where it was trying to camouflage an ugly spot, which is still ugly, but we'll worry about that on another day. I love it. That's fabulous. Look at that. So remember moments ago we were looking at this plant and I said there's a reason why I left that opening in the center? Well, when this all grows up, it'll look like this potted plant here. This one has red pentas. That one has a pink pentas. But then the zinnias are all around. This one has frog fruit also, and some wild petunias and some salvias. But there was a spot in the middle so that when you're sitting in your chair right beside this potted plant, you can hide another pot in there that has a little Asclepias incarnata that has cute little caterpillars on it right beside you in the garden, and they're safely hidden in the middle of this potted plant and absolutely adorable. Right here beside me in the garden. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's why I did that other pot that way too. So when it gets grown up, I can hide a little potted host plant for the monarch butterfly, Asclepias incarnata, and have some little caterpillar friends. I want to say, yep, there was a monarch butterfly laying eggs on this plant too. So there's a little egg, and there's probably a few more somewhere. And there's this little guy. How cute. I love it. Now, I still do have some things to figure out. Like, what am I going to do? I want to get more of my bronze fennel and parsley out of the Maypop mansion, out where it's easier for the eastern black swallowtail females to find it. I do have a big pot that I bought, and I'm just waiting for my husband to drill holes in the bottom of it so it can drain, because I don't like power tools all that much. So I will pot some of them in a big pot like the one I was just showing you with the pentas in it. And I'll probably do something with some flowers around it also to kind of camouflage the bronze fennel. I'll probably put the bronze fennel in the center and then put things around it. I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure you'll see it when I do. And so there's one more thing I want to show you before we end this video, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's the most beautiful it's been, and I have to be honest, I was close to taking this plant out because it is in an area of prime real estate, and I thought if you're not going to do much, then you might have to go. And it's putting on a show for me. It's like it hurt me. I swear, it's like it did. This is a false indigo, and this is about its third year with me. It's right here beside my sassafras tree. So it's in an understory setting. It seems happy here. But it used to be just a few fronds of this and not much. So I kept trimming it and trimming it. Like every year I would trim it and it would come out too. And then I'd trim it and it would come out. Well, that one I trimmed off. But finally, look at this one's got 3, because it will just grow one big stick up and you'll have like 3 fronds. Unless you keep trimming it and trimming it and trimming it. And that's the key. I should have done that more when it was smaller, because it'd be even better than it is now. But this thing is blooming, and let's go look at the blooms. Look at these. And I'm gonna bring you in close and let you do a close-up, but I just want you to see all of them. Look how gorgeous this thing is. And they're going all the way back. Like, this plant heard me and said, okay, we're gonna bring it so we can stay in the garden. All right, we're gonna zoom in. Wait till you see the colors up close. I mean, these are the most unique flowers with the purple and like a golden yellowy orange. And they're fuzzy. And bees, oh, I wish there was a bee on it right now to show you. Bees will they're like roll their little bodies up and down on these flower fronds. They just love them that much. It's incredible. So, highly recommend false indigo. It's a host plant too, so you'll see it later on one of my host plant videos of how many I have in my garden. But I wanted to film it now while it was blooming so you could really see how gorgeous this plant is. I love it, I love it, I love it. And if you love this video and love my channel, then subscribe to my channel. And if you love this video, tap the little thumbs up like button to show that you liked it. A little tap does a world of good for my channel. And if you want to support everything I'm doing here with filming and spreading the love and the joy of butterfly gardening and getting more little habitats established all over, then join my channel, $4.99 a month, and you can support everything I'm doing here. And I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, and I will see you in my next video. False indigo, beautiful, beautiful.